Hi YouTube. Crystal here, Crystal and Bern. Bern's not home from work yet. But I wanted to tell you one of my car stories. Oh, almost dropped my phone. Anyway, I think it's appropriate car story because it also involves a pipe. It involves this pipe. My long stem rose. The lighting's not great, but I think you've seen this one before. I'm smoking. What am I smoking in this? Oh, I think I've got some Dunhill nightcap in this. Anyway, I had this pipe ordered. This was custom made by Ted Haviland of the Briar Den. They also call him T-Bear, short for Teddy Bear, on smokersforum.co.uk. Anyway, we were talking back and forth about this pipe, and I decided I wanted to buy it, so he put it in the mail. And when he put it in the mail, I started, of course, getting anxious for it to show up. So I was watching the mail every day, and one day I saw the mailman go by, and he was already at the second house when I went down to check the mail. I got down there and looked, and here was a little note in there saying, I have a package for you, you know, at the post office, blah, blah. And I'm like, it's not at the post office. It's in the mailman's truck. So he was already a couple of houses up from me now. So if I wanted to catch up with him, I wasn't going to be able to run. So I ran and grabbed my car. By the time I got out there, I couldn't see him, but I knew where he went. So now I'm following his trail. I know where he's going. I know he's going to a complex, you know, a bunch of houses, you know, individual houses, but they're all in the same, you know, area. Right up the road from me. And there's so many roads there, I'm not really sure which ones he takes first after he makes the first turn. So I make the first turn in there, and I get down to like the first turn, and I think, I'm just going to go one more. And I went one more, and yes, sure enough, there he is. He's in front of me. He pulls up to a mailbox. As I start to pull up behind him, he pulls out and heads to the next mailbox. So now I'm honking and trying to get him to stop, and as he starts to pull away, he stops. Okay, he stopped. I got to get him before he takes off again. So I throw open the door, and I start to jump out. And as I take my foot off the brake, I realize, in my excitement, I forgot that the car was not in park, it was still in drive. And as I jumped out, the car started rolling, and I fell out and rolled away from it. Now the car is traveling right behind the mail truck at a slow pace, but picking up. And I'm clambering to get up off the ground and running toward it. I'm guessing that he couldn't see this, but he didn't move. And I'm trying to get to the car in time to throw open the door and try to jump in. And I put my hand on the handle of the car just as it tapped up against the back of the postal truck. Luckily, it was exactly that, a tap. Now I'm out of breath, and I run around the side, and there he is. You know, like, hi, you know, what's up? And I'm like, I'm Crystal, blah, 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 you got a box? Oh, yeah, yeah. And he gives it to me and never says a word. Thank God. There was no damage. He never knew because it tapped that lightly. I think he thought that I tapped him or something. I don't know what he thought. But he never said a word. And I went back to my car and had a scraped up knee and drove home shaking all the way. And it was because I fell out of my car with it rolling away. But it was a little bit because I had this beauty. So, dumb. That's one of my car stories that relates to a pipe. I was really excited. Anyway, that's one of my stories. I'll come back with another one later. Adios.